Welcome to your bedtime yoga practice. You're going to need a few items for this practice, including a towel which is rolled up into a sausage and a nice big pillow. You may also want to position yourself near a wall because we're going to end this practice in legs up the wall or in a shoulder stand, so depending on which variation you'd like to take. And you are more than welcome to pause this video, go get your essential oils, light some candles, and just make a really nice, warm, calming space for yourself. We're going to start this practice in Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle pose, but we're going to use that hand towel and place it along our spine lengthways. So make sure that your towel is rolled into a nice sausage, place it on your mat, and then come to lie down. So lying directly onto that towel with your spine. Bring the soles of the feet to touch, let the knees fall out wide, so creating a butterfly shape with your legs. And then palms can face upwards, shoulders softened away from your ears. And let's just start by taking a few deep cleansing breaths. So inhale, breathe in through the nose, fill up the belly, the lungs, and exhale, side out, let go. Inhale, breathe in through the nose, and exhale, side out, let go. You can do a few more of these. Just mentally winding down, preparing yourself for this practice and ultimately for sleep. You can now come to place your left hand onto your heart, your right hand onto your belly, and just start to observe the breath. Feel that right hand rise and fall with every inhalation and exhalation. Feel your heart rate slow down with that left hand. And in this practice, you will be breathing in and out through your nose. But you can even make your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale for this practice, just to help relax us. Maybe you'd like to set an intention for this practice. Maybe you need to let go of something that happened in your day. Or maybe you just need to tell yourself that now is the time for sleep. We'll be here for a few more breaths. Good, and with the eyes still closed, you can slip that towel out away from you and just place the soles of the feet onto the mat. Make sure the knees are pointing to the sky. And walk the feet out so that they are about mat width apart. Inhale, and as you exhale, let the knees fall to the right hand side. We're coming into a supine twist. You can place that right foot onto your left knee. You can have the arms out in a T or clasp the elbows up behind you, and your left ear can rest onto the mat. Good. And now bring the knees back up to point to the sky and get ready to twist to the other side. So let the knees fall to the left hand side. Maybe your left foot comes onto your right knee. Maybe you want to take the variation where you're holding your elbows up behind you, and let the right ear fall to the mat. Just slow down your breath here. And keep telling yourself that now is the time to relax, unwind, let go. And now you can untwist, bring the knees back up to point to the sky, and we will find our way to a happy baby. So depending on how tight you are, you may want to only grab the backs of your knees. That's perfect. We want to pull the knees towards our armpits. Maybe you can grab the outside of your ankles or grab your feet. That's great too. We want to make sure that the sacrum as well as the shoulders are connected to the mat. And you are more than welcome to slowly rock from side to side, really pressing that back into the mat, giving yourself a nice massage. Good. Just rocking from side to side. Or maybe finding stillness. Still aware of your breath. Still slowing down your heart, slowing down your breathing. And then come to roll yourself up. We're going to set up for diamond pose. So bring the soles of the feet to touch, but then walk the feet out quite wide away from the body. Pull the fleshy bits away from underneath your sit bones. And you're going to just round into the spine, let your head hang completely to meet your feet. Don't do any pushing or pulling here. Just let yourself hang, let gravity do the work for you. Good, and with your next inhale, you're going to rise up. And then you're going to circle that left leg behind you. Keep that right leg bent. You're facing towards the back of your mat now, coming into your pigeon pose. So we're going to come into sleeping pigeon. So when you're ready, you can fold over that bent right leg. Make sure you're not rocking onto the right side. Make sure the hips are square. And if you'd like, you can use that rolled up hand towel and just slip it underneath your right buttocks. This can be really helpful, especially if you're quite tight. Just really feel the belly rising and falling against that leg. And with your next inhale, push yourself back up. Circle that left leg so it comes to the front, or rather the back of your mat. You're still facing the back of your mat now. Setting up for Janu Shirshasana, we're going to bring the sole of that right foot to the inside of that left thigh. Make sure that left leg is straight. Then square your body over that left leg and fold forward. This can be really nice to use a pillow here for your forward fold. So you can place a pillow onto that left thigh and fold over it. Alternatively, to help the hips a little bit, you can come to sit onto that pillow. So maybe that's a better option for you, where you're sitting on the pillow and that's helping you fold forward because the hips are now above the knees. Good, so this should be stretching your hamstring, it should be stretching the right side of your lower back. And just make sure you're nice and comfy here. Not pulling or pushing or forcing too much, because we'll be here for a while. Good, and you're going to rise up. And we're going to do that same pose on the other side now. So you're going to straighten that right leg. Bring the sole of your left foot to touch the inside of your right leg. Pull the fleshy bits away so sit bones are connected to the earth. Square your body over that straight right leg and fold forward, taking the same variation. So maybe you're hugging that pillow, maybe you're sitting on a pillow, whatever feels good for your body and whatever you can hold for a while. Just breathing, see if you can go a bit deeper with every exhalation. And now inhale, rise up and circle that right leg behind you, bending that left knee to face toward the back of your mat, coming into sleeping pigeon on this side now. So we'll be here for quite a while. Again, you can slip that hand towel underneath your left buttocks to help get you more comfortable into this pose. Good, and with your next inhale, you can just come to slip that left leg out from underneath you and come to straighten it. So lying onto your belly, we're setting up for crocodile pose now. So make a pillow with your hands forward resting onto your hands. Make sure the toes are facing in, the heels are pointing out. And we're just lying flat onto our belly. You can give yourself a nice little shimmy through the hips and then come to be super aware of your breathing, feeling the belly rise and fall against the mat. And now we're going to set up for flapping fish pose. So bring your right ear onto the mat, and then with the right leg still straight, you're going to bend the left leg and bend the left arm so that they're kind of at a 90-degree angle, meeting towards one another. You can close the eyes here. Good, you can even take a sigh out here if you wish. And now bring both arms out to a T. You can keep your right ear onto the mat. You're going to lift up that left leg, and with the left knee still bent, you're going to step the left foot to the outside of the right leg, roll onto that right shoulder, come to find your locust sway. Good, and with your next inhale, you can come back to your crocodile, give yourself a shimmy. And we'll set up for flapping fish on the other side. So now your left ear comes to the mat. Your left leg is straight, but your right arm is bent and your right leg is bent. You're still lying onto your tummy. And your right elbow is meeting that right knee. Make sure you're breathing nice and deeply. Now bring the arms out to a T, left ear is still onto the mat, and step that right foot outside of your straight left leg. The right knee faces towards the sky, you're rolling onto that left shoulder. Come to find your locust sway. And with your next inhale, come back to center, find your crocodile, give yourself a shimmy, and then make your way into child's pose. So knees are wide at a 45-degree angle, the toes are touching, arms can be stretched out in front of you or alongside your body, and forehead is resting onto the mat. Just breathing here. Feel the contact between your forehead and the mat. And now you're going to bring the knees together and slowly rise up so that you're sitting on your knees in Vajrasana, your thunderbolt pose. just going to do a gentle twist to the right hand side. So clasping that right knee with that left hand and bringing that right hand behind you. Just twisting, gazes over your right shoulder. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, twist. Just a very, very gentle twist. And inhale, come back to center. Let's twist to the left hand side. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Pushing that left knee with that right hand. Left hand comes behind you, gaze over your left shoulder. And inhale back to center. Let's give our neck some love after our long, hard day. Let's interlace our fingers and then bring the fingers behind your head. Pull your chin to your chest. And you can even curl into the spine a bit here, maybe making this a bit more juicy into that spine. And now pull your left ear to your left shoulder, grabbing the right side of your head. Let your right hand hang alongside you, or even come to sit onto that right hand, making this stretch a little bit more intense. Good, and release. You can pull that right ear to your right shoulder, come to let the left hand hang, or even sit onto that left hand. Good. And release. You can do a few head rolls, rolling from side to side. And then come to straighten your legs out in front of you. We're setting up for Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So over here, you can come to sit onto your hand towel or even your pillow, or you can come to rest the pillow on your legs and fold forward. So play around, see which variation you find to be the most comfortable. But in this Paschimottanasana, we're just going to relax and soften. We're not going to really pull ourselves too deeply. We'll be here for about 10 breaths in total. And with your next inhale, rise up. If your hips are feeling open enough, you're going to come into a wide angle forward fold, a seated wide angle forward fold. Again, pulling the fleshy bits back and placing that pillow in front of you and folding forward onto that pillow. If this is too intense for you today, you can just come back into your diamond. So we did this pose at the start of our practice. Soles of the feet to touch, knees out wide, head hangs to the feet. Again, you can also have your pillow here in your diamond. And inhale, we rise up, zip the legs together, nice and straight. And now we're going to set up for either legs up the wall or our shoulder stand. So if you are pregnant, menstruating, neck injured, or have high or low blood pressure, please come to your legs up the wall, where you're literally making an L shape with your body against a wall. Otherwise, if you are doing your shoulder stand, you can come into that. If you've never done your shoulder stand before, you can watch the video. Make sure that you don't move your neck in this pose because it can be quite intense. But otherwise, what you do is you lie on your back, you scoop the buttocks up with your hands, support the lower back, fingers facing up towards the sky. And then come to straighten the legs behind you. So feet are gesturing towards the floor behind you. Maybe they touch the floor behind you in Halasana, plow pose. From here, you're going to scoop the shoulders in one at a time. Good. So move the elbows in closer together. And then you're going to lift the legs up one by one. We'll be here for about a minute in total. And you can come out of this whenever you need. We come out of shoulder stand the same way we came into it. So taking the legs behind you, coming into Halasana, and then slowly lowering the legs to the mat. Three more breaths here if you are still in your shoulder stand. Good, and now let's take the legs behind us. You can bring a bend into the knees here. Straighten the arms alongside your body, so flat onto the mat. And then use the arms as brakes and slowly come to uncurl yourself, lying flat onto the mat. If you are in legs up the wall, you can choose to stay here for the rest of the practice, or you can make your way into your Shavasana. If you have done a shoulder stand, we're going to come into a fish pose to counter that shoulder stand. So zipping the legs together, you're going to point into the toes, come up onto your forearms, palms are facing up towards the sky. So we're on our forearms, on our elbows, gaze is in front of us, and you're going to walk the elbows down towards the hips and puff the chest up as you do so. You can stay here. Otherwise, if the neck is happy, you can start to drop the head back. Maybe you want to stay here. Or if you want more, you're going to come into the full expression of the pose and place the crown of the head onto the mat, puff the chest up, and walk the elbows down towards the hips even more. Legs are straight and active. We won't be here for too long, but this is a really nice pose to open up the throat. And exhale, side out here. And then slowly make your way into your Shavasana. Maybe you want to do one more happy baby or one more spinal twist. Go ahead and do that. We're going to end this practice with a bit of a rotation of consciousness, a bit of a Yoga Nidra practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call out different parts of the body, and without physically moving anything, I want you to just bring your awareness to that part of the body and just soften it, just let go as I say that body part. So setting up nicely for your Shavasana, making sure that the body is relaxed, making sure you're warm enough. You can close your eyes. And I want you to start by bringing your awareness to the space between your eyebrows. Soften the forehead. Bring awareness to your cheeks, soften. Bring awareness to your jaw. Let the tongue fall away from the palate, softening, releasing. Bring awareness to the back of your neck, front of your neck, your shoulders and collarbones, softening and releasing. Bring awareness to your chest. Notice how your heart rate is slowing down. Softening, releasing. Bring awareness to your right shoulder, your right upper arm, bicep, right elbow, right forearm, right wrist. Bring awareness to your right hand, the tops of your hand, your palms, right thumb, right index finger, right middle finger, right ring finger, and right pinky finger. Bring awareness to your chest once more. And now bring awareness to your left shoulder, left upper arm, left elbow, left forearm. Bring awareness to your left wrist, the tops of your left hand, your left palm. Bring awareness to your left thumb, left index finger, left middle finger, left ring finger, and left pinky finger. Bring awareness back to your chest. Bring awareness to your upper back. Bring awareness to your middle back. Bring awareness to your belly. And feel the belly rise and fall. Bring awareness to your lower back now, your hips, your buttocks, softening and letting go. Bring awareness to your right hip, right glute. Bring awareness to your right thigh, right quad, right hamstring. Bring awareness to your right knee, right calf, right shin, right ankle, the tops of your right foot, the sole of your right foot. Bring awareness to your right big toe, right second toe, right third toe, fourth toe, and right pinky. Bring awareness to your left hip now, left glute, left thigh, left quads and hamstrings. Bring awareness to your left knee, your left shin, left calf. Bring awareness to your left ankle, the top of your left foot, the sole of your left foot. Bring awareness to your left big toe, left second toe, third toe, left fourth toe, and left pinky. Bring awareness to your whole body now. Feel it soften. Feel it let go. Release. And tell yourself, now is the time to relax. Now is the time to release. Now is the time for sleep. we'll end our practice here. I trust you'll have a good night's sleep ahead. Go well. Namaste.